Okay, Giga, I'm sorry. You have to go in front. Just. Giganosaurus went extinct, guys. It's over. Do you need some love, Giga? You know what? You can go on this table. You know, next to my mouse, which totally won't knock you off. This looks very professional. I think it's because of the brick wall.
There's a brick wall, yeah.
It's nothing you did.
Okay, so now, do I get reflection in my glasses?
This is my no.
No?
Do I get reflection in mine?
No.
Cool.
Okay. All right, I think we're ready. We're recording over there. We're recording audio over here. All right, so this is, what is this, February?
This is February 17th.
February 17th of 2024. Mm-hmm. And today, I think we're going to be talking about creatures with really long snouts.
No,
I think it's going to be the topic.
The theme is actually size misconceptions.
Oh, size misconceptions. Okay, we're going to talk about size misconceptions. I am much taller than I look in real life.
That is not true. You're like 2 inches.
The camera takes 10 inches off.
So you become like 4 foot?
Okay. So anyway, all right, so and these are not all the same creature, right? These are various sundry creatures for which
these are different.
Okay.
These are all Spinosaurus.
Oh, okay. So we've done something on Spinosaurus,
but we're gonna do a new one because I have a new figure, and now I know what papers are like. I have paper sources now.
Okay. And this is the newest one?
No, that's the newest
one. Oh, this is the newest one.
The end one.
Okay,
yeah.
So this is new guy. It's the new guy on the block.
Since about, I'd say 2022 or 2020.
Yeah.
This has been Spinosaurus.
Okay.
So.
He's a PNSO.
Yes.
PNSO. Pretty nice, slimy organism. I don't know what PNSO stands for. It's the company. PNSO.
It's a really good company.
It's a really good company, and it's called PNSO.
They made this, I think, in 2020.
Yeah.
But they got confused and they didn't realize Spinosaurus was going back on 2 legs. So when they realized that in 2023, they released a new version with it on 2 legs.
And this isn't PNSO.
No, that's Papo.
And
then all of this is Safari.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But let's start at the beginning.
Okay, so we will start with the Roadrunner. Even I recognize that one's a Roadrunner. Yeah.
So basically, these are from a week of Facebook posts. So we're going to cover these. And then we'll end off with the whole Spinosaurus debacle.
Okay, so should I move these out of the way for a little bit?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so let's put these...
Maybe put him in the middle of the table.
Well, I don't want him to be blocking.
He's the fragile one.
Oh, I got you.
No, I don't care how it looks. He's important.
He's important. Okay.
I have more priorities than that.
Okay. We can put him over here in front of me because it doesn't matter if nobody can see me.
Yeah.
Because I'm 10 inches taller than I look.
And then we can move these over too because we're talking about Roadrunner right now.
This guy keeps trying to kill people all morning.
He is a Giga. I mean, have you watched Dominion?
Oh.
Please don't.
He's going to take a nap.
Please don't.
That one's going to sleep for now.
All right.
Okay, so this is a Roadrunner.
Specifically a greater Roadrunner.
A greater Roadrunner as opposed to a not greater Roadrunner.
As opposed to a
look at that right there. Right there.
There is a lesser Roadrunner.
The lesser Roadrunner.
This is the greater Roadrunner.
This is the greater. He is greater. I don't know. Okay, what makes him greater?
He's bigger.
Really?
In size.
Like the ones we see at Brookfield Zoo. Are they normal or those are greater?
Yeah.
Okay. They're only like this big, yeah?
Yeah, greater Roadrunners are they get about 19 ounces at most. While lesser Roadrunners...
Well, weight can be a little misleading in birds.
Yes, because they have hollow bones.
Yes.
But no, the biggest greater Roadrunners weigh 19 ounces.
Okay. But they only get literally this big, right?
I think, I think so. Greater Roadrunners get about not even a foot tall. They're 11 3/4 inches.
Yeah.
And 22 feet long.
Yeah, and most of that's the tail.
Yeah.
I mean, the good portion of that's the tail. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They have a 24-inch wingspan. No, they can't have a 20. Their wingspan can actually be as wide as they're long.
Oh, nice.
But they don't like to fly. They can fly, but they prefer to run.
Hence, Roadrunner.
Yeah. And they can run. They can run up to 20 miles an hour. The fastest ever recorded is 26.
Yeah. Almost as fast as many inches as I am tall. On camera, because I lose 10 inches.
Okay, pal. Yeah, so Roadrunners are really cool.
They are. I do like watching them run around in the exhibit. They are really like fast. They like 0 to 60.
They can only get up to 20 miles an hour, Dad.
Well, but I'm saying, okay, 0 to 26, bam. Like they can outrun Wile E. Coyote like that.
Actually, in real life, they're not the best at outrunning coyotes. Coyotes can catch them in real life.
My entire childhood is now obliterated. It's destroyed.
This is...
Oh, well, then you know what?
Welcome to science.
But no, wait, that's why Roadrunner was so smart. Are they smart? Are they intelligent for their... as a bird?
They can hunt snakes.
Okay, because he always outsmarted Wile E. Coyote.
Also, I've watched a video of it catching a hummingbird out of midair to eat.
Skilled. Because I will say, there were cartoons where Wile E. Coyote kept up.
They also will eat black widows and tarantulas.
Nice. Can we have one?
We don't have black widows or tarantulas.
And to prevent their onslaught,
centipede, scorpions, mice, small birds, including hummingbirds,
mice.
lizards, small snakes.
Go back to the mice thing. They eat mice?
Yeah.
Can we have a fleet of them in the basement?
Some instances gray roadrunners have even been seen hunting bats, squirrels, or young rabbits.
Rabbits and mice, you're hired. I like this guy.
They also eat eggs of other birds and carrion as well.
So is there speediness, like particularly because of what they hunt?
Yeah. Okay, so this is an early pioneer.
I guess catch a rabbit.
So these are from early pioneers, so it might not be 100% like accurate.
Okay.
That they say they saw roadrunners putting pieces of cactus around a snake to trap it.
Brilliant. Okay, my childhood is back intact. The Roadrunner outsmarted Wile E. Coyote and Acme Corporation. I must.
But guess what family roadrunners are in?
Not coyote.
The cuckoo family.
Like kookaburras?
No, like cuckoo.
Oh,
like
cuckoo birds.
Yeah, they're a type of cuckoo bird.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Does that mean cuckoo birds are smart?
A lot of cuckoo birds are not this one, but a lot of cuckoo birds are nest parasites where they lay their eggs in other birds' nests. Which is also why...
They're all about the making of the kids, but not so much the raising of the kids.
College of DuPage's mascot, the Roadrunner. It's nowhere near any Roadrunner.
College of DuPage. Because they're smart.
Wait, they take the bird's ultramate name, Chaparral. Oh, that's the name of the biome that... Okay. That's interesting. Chaparral's like coastal scrub.
Okay.
And apparently that's an alternate name for a Roadrunner. That's interesting.
Nice.
Oh, look, Wikipedia mentions Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner are two protagonists in the long-running show.
Science.
Also, there's this, I think we got rid of them. I had these couple Wile E. Coyote books that taught me more about science than science class ever did.
Yeah.
It taught me plasma was real.
That's everything I know. Yeah. I learned from Acme Corporation.
I would have not known about plasma until like high school if it wasn't for that.
See, when we were growing up, our cartoons were educational.
But also, it was a book.
It was based on a cartoon though.
Yeah, but it was a book because books are cool.
And if you don't read the book on gravity, you can walk off a cliff.
Maybe I should look at the camera
and be fine. It's over there. It's that thing.
Yeah, I know where it is, Dad. But I'm just trying to... I don't there's so much stuff. I just know where to find it and like how to talk about it, but I can't memorize it all at once. So
that's fine.
Look at it.
When in the real world, you're allowed to reference source materials.
Yeah.
It's not like school where you have to remember the date that a general died on a hill because for some reason the date that he died is important. Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant.
These guys live in the southwestern United States and Mexico, by the way. So the deserts.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And snake. So typically snakes, scorpions, and stuff.
No, those are also called chaparral cocks.
There you go.
That's kind of funny. Ground cuckoo and snake killers.
Ground cuckoo. I'm going with ground cuckoo.
I'm going with snake killer.
And if you go to the College of DuPage, you'll see one. I'm sure, probably on a shirt.
Sun themselves to actually like when they wake up, they will sun themselves to, like get up faster.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. And they so when we say they run fast, they can run fast on sand, obviously.
Yeah,
Which, if you've ever tried that on the beach.
well, unless they're really light, so they're probably not going to sink like we.
Well, but they also have to have wide feet.
Yeah, they
Big
have feet. I believe they have feet like a parrot. Yeah, they have the 2 toes in front, 2 toes in the back.
Okay, so to kind of distribute their weight they have.
Okay, you're not seeing it. I'd have to get really close to the camera because that's a.
We'll do a close up of him.
Oh, Roadrunners are even found the
close-up,
Freya
Mr.
tar
DeVille.
pits, so they live with like mammoths and Smilodon and stuff.
Nice. Did they have any symbioticness?
No, I mean
Like the mammoths were afraid of snakes. So the
no.
the Roadrunners.
I mean, if pachyderms are actually afraid of mice,
yeah, I don't think they are.
I don't think they are.
I don't
But
think
if they did, then this guy would.
Oh, that's right. He eats mice too.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. And they can fly, but they just don't fly real far.
No.
They're very health conscious.
They
prefer to jog. They prefer to run.
Yeah, they use it to like flap up to a tree or something.
Or
a cactus.
Like found in the rock and the thing in the Asia and the stuff and the dinosaur.
Like a Microraptor or an Archaeopteryx.
Archaeopteryx. That's
one. From Europe.
Europe. Well, that's next to Asia. What's the famous one? Archaeopteryx, yeah, like that. So this is a modern day Archaeopteryx.
I think it's more of a real life velociraptor. It lives in the same habitat, eats the same things, about the same size, and has the same proportions. So yeah, honestly, I think Roadrunners are more of a velociraptor.
Well, I'm calling him Archie.
Okay, I'm calling them velociraptor. We can agree to disagree. You should agree with me. I'm the science nerd.
So Archie.
Why's my nose itchy? What? It was.
So Archie here. Alive today, but so is he like, well, he's obviously descended from those velociraptors.
He's a bird, yeah.
So he has remained in many ways exactly what that was.
Except
and
now
evolved.
he has a beak and he can fly.
A little.
Oh, he can fly.
Oh, he can fly fully. He could like migrate if he so chose.
Yeah.
If he got fed up with his neighborhood association and
they just
wanted to move to Arkansas.
Okay, capable of limited flight. It spends most of its time on the ground, runs at speed of 20 miles an hour. So, yeah.
Big brain.
All right, but let's talk about what eats Roadrunners.
What eats Roadrunners?
Coyote.
Not me. Coyote. So coyotes do eat Roadrunners.
Yes.
Sorry, all of my fellow 50-somethings, but the coyote often wins in real life.
Coyotes also eat like deers, rabbits, hares, rodents, reptiles, amphibians, fish, and vertebrates. Like basically anything they can eat.
So really, the two of them were in competition for a lot of the same food. So that's probably how they ran into each other. And the coyote was like, chicken.
Okay.
But really, they eat rodents, and I mean they eat
a lot of this.
So they would live around each other
coyotes
naturally.
Can also hunt bigger game.
And are coyotes naturally like? I know they live around us. But do they also live in desert?
Yeah, they live all across all of North America.
Pretty much
They can
anywhere.
be found everywhere.
So they should be like our national animal. Them and the turkey.
Oh, I saw turkeys on the way home from college this week. There was 3 of them on the side of the road.
Why did they cross the road?
They didn't cross the road. They were walking alongside it.
They were hitchhiking.
No, they weren't
thumbing it.
Car. No, they were
just walking along the road.
Because they probably live out there.
Oh, that's true.
Also, wild turkeys can fly.
That's true.
Not our domestic turkeys.
So coyotes, they're kind of they're the scruffy little guys. They're like,
yeah, I mean, they only get the biggest ones. The average male weighs from 18 to 44 pounds.
Okay, note, put a big asterisk right here in the video. Note, that's a coyote. That is not a wolf. For comparison, not exactly, but
that's a giga.
Well, but I'm just saying size-wise. I
don't think that's
not that.
We
not
don't have a wolf here.
Well, no, but okay. Well, if you run into a wolf in your neighborhood, you won't come out to me the next day and go, "Oh, yeah, yesterday I saw a wolf in the yard. That was a coyote." If you come out and say, "Oh my God, there was a wolf," that was a wolf. Okay. If you just come out and say there was a wolf, that was a coyote. Okay. Just remove asterisk now.
Thinking of wolves and cougars and humans are the only 3 real threats to a coyote predator-wise.
Yeah. So they're kind of up there in the food chain.
Yeah. And also, especially like where we live, since wolves are gone and cougars are gone, they're
pretty much at the top. Yeah. And they eat a lot of vermin. various and sundry.
They
Will they
can-
eat something as big as like a possum?
They'll hunt a deer,
Oh, a deer. Okay,
but
They'll eat a possum.
that's the coyotes don't live in packs. But like,
But they hunt sometimes.
But if 3 coyotes walk into each other and they see some deer nearby, they'll go hunt the deer together.
They give each other the look,
Yeah.
and the whole plan is coordinated. Down goes the deer. So when you hear them howling and stuff, I mean, it could be a small family unit, like they had pups and stuff. But if they're out hunting, it may just be adults who happen to live in the same neighborhood, and they don't hang out and watch football games. They get together to kill things bigger than them. And there's a lot of them in our area.
Yeah.
We see them on here all the time.
Yeah.
Now, like brown, gray, is that
it
too
depends
different?
on the subspecies.
Okay.
So they're all coyotes. They can all breed with each other, but there's different subspecies.
Yeah.
Like the ones we have are more fluffy and maybe I have a little more brown, but like the ones in the Rockies might be more gray.
So that's just an environmental. They tend
The
to
ones
have.
in the Great Plains are more tan, that sort of thing.
So that's more nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
And do they mate for life? I mean, will you find a husband and wife pair, or do they?
think so. Let's see if
The mama raises the cubs.
pups.
She doesn't raise cubs. She doesn't give birth to bears.
Yeah, they're gregarious, but they're not dependent on. They're not like wolves, but they will like hang out together.
Okay, but not mated for life.
No, I don't. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yes, no, they're not mate for life, but like they will hang out together sometimes. But
While
they don't need to.
she's pregnant, will he like bring her rodents on Valentine's Day or something? I mean, hang out while she's gestating.
The newly mated pair then establish a territory and either construct their own dens. Yeah, so no.
So they'll at least get the kids off the ground together.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I don't think I've ever seen cubs around, although we wouldn't see them. We would see mom and dad hunting. We wouldn't see the cubs necessarily. I've seen fox around, well, but not cubs.
Yeah.
Whatever they're called.
It looks like a mated pair will stay together.
Oh.
But like other coyotes may join them and then leave and stuff like that.
So basically, they're neighbors.
Yeah. They're neighbors.
They're married.
Coyotes are more like neighbors, while like wolves are more like a big family.
Big family.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. So on Super Deer Sunday, they get together to have a community non-barbecue.
Yeah. So they mostly eat. So yeah, but they will hunt deer if they do that. But usually they eat things more like mice and squirrels and rabbits.
So not something. So a possum would be kind of on the larger side.
Yeah.
They're typically rabbits are smaller.
Yeah.
Typically.
Uh-huh.
And mice are probably great. Little birds at all? Well, roadrunners.
Yeah,
But not around here. We don't really have roadrunners.
No, we don't have roadrunners.
So they probably leave the birds to the Cooper's hawks.
They really like things like they actually really prefer things like roadrunners, young water boards, and then things like pigeons.
Oh. Right. So are there a lot of I bet there's a lot of coyotes in Chicago.
Yeah, probably a lot of pigeons.
With the lake and the river and the pigeons and.
So all of the birds they'll eat, but not very common, are things like thrashers, larks, sparrows, turkeys, and rarely swans and pelicans. But that's like a blue moon.
Well, that's a pretty big bird.
Yeah, that's a blue moon thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to be like a lot of animals will eat more things than they usually will.
Okay.
Like even coyotes will eat like vegetables.
You know what a blue moon is?
No.
Isn't it 2 full moons in a month?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is not. It's not blue then.
Well, no,
the construct of people.
Yeah.
Also,
it's blue light.
No, coyotes are primary carnivores, but they will eat things like berries and they'll eat like peanuts and stuff. So that's an important thing to bring up. Most animals aren't just an herbivore carnivore.
Yeah,
they'll dip into the other one if they have to. If a horse sees a baby chick, it might eat it because that's free protein. If a coyote can't find food and it needs a snack, it'll eat.
So when you say something's a carnivore or an herbivore, it's what they primarily
and an omnivore will primarily eat both. But,
right. So I think blue. Nighttime light is more blue. Daytime light is more golden. So blue moon.
So yeah, I think that's.
So yeah, I mean, coyote, they're pretty cool, and they are. If you run into a coyote with a large dog, the coyote will be like, "Dude." And turn around.
Honestly, even if you're just a person, unless you're like out in the woods and you somehow run into a pack of them,
They don't want to mess with you.
Yeah, just back away.
Now, if you own probably not a Chihuahua because those are ferocious beasts. But any other small dog that's not obnoxiously mean and ferocious, coyote. Yeah, I mean, if he's hungry enough, I guess.
I mean, honestly, those things could even be hunted by things like a red-tailed hawk. Like
Raptors and stuff will pick them up.
Yeah.
Chihuahuas are pretty safe because they are ferocious.
I would not rely on that.
Well, obviously, I'm not telling you to leave your Chihuahua unattended near a coyote.
You shouldn't leave your animals unattended outside because they can eat native wildlife.
Yes, and they want to play with you. Okay, so we just got way larger now.
Yes.
And older.
Yes, we're going back 95 million years.
Almost to my birthday.
Prehistoric Argentina. Okay. This is the Giganotosaurus.
The Giganotosaurus.
Which actually isn't bigger than T-Rex.
Is he the same size as T-Rex? Just not as pudgy.
He could possibly be longer. Not heavier. T-Rexes are...
Yeah, T-Rex was like...
Yeah, T-Rexes are
he?
really stocky. Giga would not have been bigger.
Okay.
But... Okay, I think there's technically estimates that make Giga bigger, but those aren't really... The accepted estimates are it's small. That's the thing. We don't technically know, but the estimates these days are lean more towards Giga being slightly less heavy and maybe longer, but that's up for debate.
So really, since we have the skeletons...
Yeah.
And what do you call that? Shrink wrapping when you suck the skin onto them.
Like this. This is a little bit like you probably wouldn't see like these eye ridges.
We have a little more difficulty estimating exactly how pudgy they were.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
Yeah.
How pudgy.
There are estimates for Giga that put it at 4.6 tons.
Okay.
And there are estimates for Giga that put it at 15.2 tons.
Wow.
Yeah. There is a wide range of what is actually considered the weight of a Giga. Even though I think in this day and age, let's see, what's the common consensus at this point?
And is this another one who...
The common consensus, I think, is somewhere in the middle that's more about 9 tons.
So is this another one of those that in real life he wouldn't have dragged his tail like this?
No.
He would have kept it up for balance.
Yes.
So basically...
No one does that. Literally no one does that.
So really his tail would have probably been out.
Yeah.
Straight, unless he was swinging it at a Triceratops or... Would he live with Triceratops?
Giga lived with the large titanosaurs.
Oh, okay. So unless he was defending himself and swatting his tail around...
Not Argentinosaurus, because often these two are paired together. That would have been Mapusaurus or Meraxis. But Giga lived with other very large sauropods like...
Oh, yeah. So what period are we talking here? We talking
early Cretaceous.
Early Cretaceous.
So this is before T-Rex.
Oh, okay.
So
he's like a T-Rex precursor.
No, they're not related. Giganotosaurus is a carcharodontosaurid.
Okay.
They were primarily in the south during the early Cretaceous. That's things like Carcharodontosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Meraxis, Mapusaurus, things like that.
Okay.
Some did go into North America, like Seats. Well, actually, Seats is more up for a debate. We don't know exactly what Seats is, but things like that. And those might have been around before. So they might have been like a precursor to T-Rex as apex predator, but not like genetics-wise.
Oh, and we've been saying this was Misconceptions Day, right?
Yeah.
So did we ever specifically state what the misconception
basically
of these?
Well, these two were like Wile E. Coyote show. You know, coyotes chase roadrunners and they're really fast.
Okay.
But in real life, coyotes actually win the hunts more often.
Okay.
And roadrunners are actually more dangerous than you thought.
Okay.
Giga, the big misconception is that Giga is
bigger
than T-Rex when it's probably actually not.
Okay.
It's still a large carnivore, still one of the largest ever. It could still probably, kind of like coyotes, it wouldn't be surprising if like a gang of them took down a young titanosaurid, not an adult.
Okay.
It would be, unless it's a really old, sick adult, a pack of Gigas, even a pack of giant predators could not take down a titanosaur because those things... Like, a single adult is, like, over 100 tons.
Okay.
Like, if the Giga weighs 9 tons, you would need, like, over 10 of them to equal it in weight. So.
Now, and this guy, and this may just be the nature of this particular model.
This isn't...
Is his like I'm the T-Rex Sue's skull I'm picturing is much broader and therefore much stronger.
Yes.
Okay.
T-Rex is pretty special in that it's designed to crush.
Okay.
Most carnivores, like even older tyrannosaurids, most carcharodontosaurids, allosaurids, they're all more sharp teeth to pull flesh.
Because I would almost like I picture some of these guys we're going to get to more fish hunting because they have spiny teeth. It's kind of between a T-Rex and that as far as jaw design.
Yeah. Giga actually in real life has, more longer teeth.
But not spiny like a Spinosaurus.
You're thinking serrated.
Serrated, yes, serrated. Yeah.
T-Rex also had serrated teeth.
But also like long, like crocodile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Giga was more like shears.
Okay.
While like a T-Rex was more like a steak knife, I think is how people say it.
Okay. And then the ones
those
that
are more like
a fish
those are more like
to spear it and grab
it.
Okay.
Spino's teeth are more like harpoons. Giga's teeth are more like shears. T-Rex's teeth are more like steak
knives.
That's how it's
okay. Well, that's a good that's a good reference comparison point. Okay, so that's this guy. Also, so he may be a little shrink wrapped as far as size, and
he could still possibly get up to 43 feet long.
Okay.
That's maybe. It probably was more a little. It's probably a little more tame than
But again, 50% of that is tail. Basically.
Continue size estimates. Oh, yeah. Spinosaurus is long though.
Okay. Spinosaurus.
Spinos are long.
And this is like the one of your models that just he's drunk. I don't know.
Also, he's old. He's been in bins a long time. His legs.
Maybe his legs are a little bent.
Giga probably weighed more between 6 and 9 tons.
Okay.
And probably was more 41 feet long. So still long.
Yeah.
Which I think is just a little longer, if not as long as a T-Rex.
Okay.
So, it was slightly smaller than a T-Rex.
Okay.
Maybe slightly longer, but so yeah. So that's Giga.
Cool. Right.
Also, I say Giga in especially a lot of gaming communities because Giganosaurus was pretty popular in dinosaur video games. A lot of times in the casual dinosaur community, they'll shorten dinosaur names. So Giganosaurus is Giga.
Oh yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So I just like to explain that because people might not necessarily know. Like Spinosaurus might be called Spino.
Spino. Yeah.
They just take the saurus out basically.
Yeah. The lizard part.
Yeah. Especially because they're not lizards.
Lizards. Yeah.
But this one's a little more interesting. So this is Liopleurodon.
Okay.
Most people know it, and you definitely know this paint job if you've seen it before.
Paint job.
Yes, paint from the Walking with Dinosaurs.
Okay.
Because in episode 3, it was the big predator in that show.
Oh yeah.
See, but that was based off old estimates, which were putting Liopleurodon like a 40, 50 foot long titan.
Okay.
But now that they've actually collected more bones and they realized those other bones weren't connected to it, it was more like 21 feet long.
Oh, wow. Like half the size.
Smaller individuals could be like 16, 19 feet long.
Okay.
I'm showing you this picture.
Yeah.
It still was large for the time. It's still probably taken down things like ichthyosaurids and stuff.
Yeah.
It would have been hunting them more like a lion hunting a zebra than a god hunting.
So more like 3 to 4 times the length of the average human. Not 10 times the length of the average human.
And it couldn't fit a used Streptospondylus in its mouth and pull it in the ocean.
Okay.
It's gonna be like
So that was the misconception of this one, is that they just thought that they were literally.
There was possibilities that they were massive,
yeah.
But they still were probably the apex predators in the ocean at the time.
Yeah.
Hunting things like ichthyosaurs and small plesiosaurs, which in itself is a plesiosaur. Specifically a pliosaur because of the short neck.
And when we say...
Actually, no. Walking with Dinosaurs depicted as 82 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they were about 60 feet too long. And they also estimated it being 150 tons, when in real life it would be 1 to not even 2 tons.
So, and when we say, I think on land... we can declare in this region, this creature is the top of the food chain. Mm-hmm. In the ocean, the top of the food chain in that geographical region of the ocean also depends on the depth at which they live.
That's interesting you bring up, because back at that point, it lived in what is now Europe. And Europe was an island chain.
Okay.
Like we're talking like thousands of islands.
Yeah.
In a small sea.
Okay.
Shallow.
Okay.
So it would not have actually been that deep.
Okay, so it was in shallow waters, and there wasn't much below it because there was dirt below it.
I don't know exactly.
Well, in comparison to the ocean.
Yes, in
today.
comparison to the ocean, it was
so because in the there's, what do they call them? There's the light layer, and then the twilight,
sunlight zone, twilight zone, midnight zone,
and then the area we have no idea.
The abyssal zone.
Yeah, the abyssal zone. So in each of those layers, so to speak, there can be totally different creatures and environments and food chains. And some things do migrate from layer to layer at night, or
a lot of things. It's actually the biggest migration in the world. Happens every night.
Okay.
When the sun sets, they go up to feed, and then when the sun rises, they go down. It is called the largest It is the largest migration that ever happened.
So that's the only time that like colossal squids and stuff would come up a little bit higher.
They don't come up. Colossal squids and stuff don't come up because they need the pressure to keep their bodies together. If they go up, that's why whenever we find them up here, they're dead or dying.
They look like an enormous blobfish.
And that's why blobfish look like that.
Oh, so blobfish don't look like that in their native lair. Okay.
Like that's what a blobfish is supposed to look like.
Okay. So much more.
Yeah, you can't see it, but like blobfish are like these like brown, spiky little guys.
Okay.
And then you pull them up, and then they become these.
That's right. So now I'm remembering that there's things that eat like.
Yeah, that's a blob. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a fish with a skeleton.
There's things that eat like planktons and stuff. So they come up to what during the day would have been a slightly more lit zone to eat little tiny things, and then back down where those little tiny things don't exist during the day. So this guy, when we say it was the top of the food chain, in what would be considered that upper layer of water, kind of the layer we're used to exploring.
And he would hunt the equivalent of things like dolphins, the ichthyosaurs back then. Which were reptiles, not mammals, but so he was still been the top predator, but just not as massive.
Okay.
Also, this is completely separate.
Mm-hmm.
There's this popular internet series called Charlie the Unicorn, I think.
Okay.
And one day they had the magical Liopleurodon come on. So now in popular media, there's like the magical Liopleurodon. And even in Ark Survival Evolved, Liopleurodon, you can only find it very rarely. And you have to tame it with honey. You have to feed it honey to tame it. And
like poo.
And then it only stays with you for like 30 minutes, and then it despawns.
Now I'm going to picture a Liopleurodon with his head in a honey pot and his little legs wiggling.
In
like
real life, they would have eaten honey. Flowers didn't even evolve until the early Cretaceous. They could not have. They lived in a honeyless world.
Oh, man, no wonder they died. What did they put in their tea?
They didn't drink tea, Dad.
How'd you have a cuppa?
They hunted like Ophthalmosaurus and Ichthyosaurus and Cryptoclitus and stuff.
Nice.
Also, this guy was found in Germany, so
not this model specifically. The real creature.
The real creature.
This was found in our family room.
No, it's found in my
in James's bat cave.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, and that's the misconception is that they were ocean-sized. Where really they were kind of just big-sized. Cool. But other than that, this is a pretty accurate depiction. I mean, this is a pretty accurate depiction overall.
Yeah, okay. Also, this one, I think it just ends up, the proportions are still the same. It's just much smaller.
Much smaller. Okay. But spiky teeth.
Also, I will say, even though this paint scheme is connected with Walker with Dinosaurs, it still kind of makes sense. It has counter shading. This is very common in ocean animals. The top is dark, so when you're looking down, it's dark. And then the bottom's light, so when you're looking up, it looks like the surface.
So like when you look down at water, it looks like a dark surface.
That's why almost everything in the ocean is like gray on top and white on the bottom. It's because of that. Okay. And even though this is a little more artistic, it's like that,
Okay, so counter shading. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even dolphins are like that. Typically more grayer on the top and lighter gray or white on the bottom. So, all right, very cool. Well, that was whatever this guy is, Liopleurodon.
So,
and you said you had written
No, for Spinosaurus I do.
Oh, for Spinosaurus.
Also,